This beat-up little 1 dirham coin from the United Arab Emirates looks almost worthless, but collectors have paid hundreds, and in rare cases thousands, of dollars for certain versions hiding in everyday change. The scratches, dirt, and worn-out surfaces that make most people throw these coins away could actually be the exact reason they are so valuable. And today, we're revealing the UAE 1 dirham coins that ordinary people nearly ignored before discovering they were secretly worth a fortune. First coin. Most people would never look twice at a worn-out 1989 United Arab Emirates 1 dirham coin. It gets tossed into jars, forgotten in drawers, or handed over for small purchases without a second thought. The coin looks simple, common, and ordinary. But what many people don't realize is that certain 1989 1 dirham coins have become surprisingly valuable to collectors, especially when they show unusual details, rare errors, or hard-to-find conditions that most people completely miss. What makes this story so exciting is that the 1989 1 dirham was heavily circulated across the UAE during a period of rapid growth and change in the country. Millions of people used these coins every single day. Workers carried them in their pockets. Travelers dropped them into taxis and market stalls. Children spent them on snacks and drinks. Because these coins were used so heavily, most surviving examples today are scratched, faded, dirty, or damaged. That rough appearance actually creates the perfect setup for hidden treasure because collectors know that rare varieties can still hide among heavily circulated coins. At first glance, the 1989 1 dirham coin looks straightforward. On one side you'll usually see the traditional Arabic coffee pot design, known as the dalar, one of the most recognizable symbols on UAE coins. Around it are Arabic inscriptions that many people outside the region cannot read. On the other side appears the denomination and date. To most people, it's just another old coin. But experienced collectors know that small differences can turn an ordinary-looking dirham into something much more valuable. One of the biggest clues involves the overall condition of the coin. Now, most damaged coins are worth only face value. But sometimes collectors specifically hunt for older UAE coins that survived decades of circulation with strong visible details still remaining. If the coffee pot design looks unusually sharp, if the lettering remains clear, or if the edges still have clean definition despite the coin's age, collectors pay attention immediately. A 1989 dirham that avoided extreme wear can command surprising prices because finding older Middle Eastern coins in attractive condition has become increasingly difficult. But condition alone is not the only thing that matters. Some 1989 1 dirham coins reportedly show striking errors that dramatically increase collector interest. These errors happen during the minting process when something went wrong at the factory. Imagine thousands of coins moving rapidly through giant machines. Occasionally, one slips slightly out of alignment. Another may receive an incomplete strike. Some develop off-center designs, weak details, doubled lettering, or unusual edge problems. These mistakes create unique coins that collectors love because no two errors look exactly the same. And here's where things become fascinating. Many people mistake these mint errors for damage. They assume the coin is defective and worthless. That means valuable pieces often continue circulating for years unnoticed. Someone might carry a rare era coin in their pocket every day without realizing collectors would eagerly buy it. One especially desirable feature collectors search for is doubling in the lettering or date. On certain coins, the numbers or Arabic text may appear slightly duplicated, almost like a shadow effect. Under normal lighting this can be hard to notice. But under magnification, the doubling becomes obvious. Era collectors around the world actively hunt for coins like these because they represent genuine minting mistakes rather than post-circulation damage. Another clue involves off-center strikes. If the design looks shifted toward one side, leaving part of the coin blank or uneven, that coin could attract serious attention. Most people assume such coins are damaged or fake, but experienced collectors know genuine off-center errors are highly collectible. The more dramatic the shift, the more exciting the coin becomes. Then there's the possibility of rare transitional varieties. During different years, mints sometimes adjusted dyes, metal compositions, or production methods. Tiny changes invisible to the average person can create varieties that later become famous among collectors. A small spacing difference in the date. A slightly altered design shape. Thicker lettering. Different edge characteristics. These details sound minor, but in the world of coin collecting, tiny differences can mean big money. The reason older UAE coins have gained attention recently is because collectors worldwide have started focusing more heavily on modern Middle Eastern coinage. For decades, many international collectors ignored these coins while concentrating mainly on American or European pieces. But today, interest is expanding rapidly. Collectors now realize that coins from the Gulf region tell the story of incredible economic transformation and cultural history. That growing demand pushes prices higher for scarce or unusual examples. And the 1989 1 dirham sits right in the middle of that story. It comes from an era before modern digital payments took over daily life. These coins passed through countless hands during an important period in UAE history. Because so many were heavily used, finding exceptional examples today becomes increasingly difficult every year. Some collectors even search specifically for coins with unusual toning or discoloration. Over decades, metal reacts differently depending on climate, storage, and circulation. Certain coins develop attractive golden, bluish, or dark gray surfaces that collectors find beautiful. Ironically, what looks dirty or ugly to one person may look rare and desirable to another. There are also stories of people discovering valuable dirham coins completely by accident. Someone empties an old jar of coins inherited from family members. Another person finds a forgotten wallet tucked away in storage. A market vendor notices an unusual-looking coin received during a transaction. These discoveries happen because valuable coins rarely announce themselves. They blend in quietly with ordinary change. And that's exactly why this hobby becomes so addictive. Every old coin carries possibility. Every scratch-covered dirham might hide a rare error or collectible variety. Most people never bother checking. They assume modern coins cannot be valuable. But collectors know better. Another important detail involves counterfeit concerns. As rare coin prices rise, fake coins sometimes appear online. That's why serious collectors study authentic details carefully. Weight, edge patterns, design sharpness, and metal appearance all matter. If someone discovers an unusual 1989 1 dirham coin, having it authenticated by a trusted coin expert can make a huge difference. A verified rare variety instantly becomes more attractive to buyers. Online marketplaces have also changed everything. Years ago, finding buyers for rare UAE coins was difficult outside the region. Today, collectors from around the world compete through online auctions and coin forums. That global demand creates stronger prices for unusual coins that previously went unnoticed. Some 1989 1 dirham coins with interesting errors or exceptional preservation have reportedly sold for far more than anyone would expect from pocket change. And while not every coin is valuable, the excitement comes from the possibility that one hidden rarity could still be sitting unnoticed in an old collection. That's why experienced collectors always recommend checking every detail carefully. Look closely at the date. Examine the edges. Study the lettering. Notice whether the design appears centered correctly. Compare suspicious coins against normal examples. Sometimes the smallest difference creates the biggest surprise. What makes the 1 dirham especially exciting is that many people across the Middle East and beyond still have old UAE coins stored away. They are often mixed into containers with foreign change, travel souvenirs, or inherited collections. Because the coins seem so ordinary, owners rarely examine them carefully. Imagine discovering that a scratched old dirham you nearly threw away actually contains a rare mint-era collectors have searched for years. That moment of realization is exactly what keeps people fascinated with coin collecting. Treasure hides in the most unexpected places. And perhaps the most important lesson from the 1989 UAE 1 dirham is this: never judge a coin by its appearance alone. Dirt, scratches, fading, and wear do not automatically destroy value. In some cases, they simply prove the coin survived decades of real history. The true secret lies in the tiny details most people never notice. Next coin. The 1995 United Arab Emirates 1 dirham coin is one of those pieces that almost nobody pays attention to anymore. It's the kind of coin people leave in cup holders, drop into drawers, or forget inside old travel bags after returning from Dubai or Abu Dhabi years ago. Most examples look worn down, faded, scratched, or stained from heavy circulation. But hidden among those ordinary-looking coins are a few rare pieces that collectors have quietly started chasing, and some of them have shocked owners with unexpected value. What makes the 1995 dirham especially interesting is that it comes from a time when the UAE was growing at an incredible pace. The country was transforming rapidly, tourism was increasing, businesses were expanding, and coins like the 1 dirham moved constantly through busy markets, taxis, restaurants, and shops every single day. Millions of these coins circulated heavily, which means most surviving examples today show serious wear. But collectors know that heavy circulation creates opportunity because rare varieties and minting mistakes often go unnoticed for decades. To the average person, the coin seems simple. On one side is the famous Arabic coffee pot, the dalar, a design recognized throughout the UAE. Around it are Arabic inscriptions and the year. The other side displays the denomination. Nothing about it screams valuable. In fact, many people mistake older dirhams for worthless foreign change. That's exactly why hidden treasures survive unnoticed for so long. Collectors who specialize in modern coins know something important: rarity is not always obvious. Sometimes a coin becomes valuable because of tiny details invisible to casual observers. A slight difference in lettering. An unusual strike. A missing design element. A rare production error. Even a small flaw created during minting can turn an ordinary dirham into a coin collectors desperately want. One of the biggest things collectors search for on the 1995 1 dirham is evidence of minting errors. During large-scale coin production, mistakes occasionally happen inside the minting machines. These machines operate at incredible speeds, pressing thousands of coins rapidly. If a coin shifts slightly, if a die becomes damaged, or if the metal blank isn't positioned correctly, unusual coins can emerge. Most errors are caught immediately, but some escape into circulation. That's where the excitement begins. Some 1995 dirham coins reportedly show off-center strikes where part of the design appears shifted toward the edge. Others may display weak strikes where details look incomplete or faded in certain areas even though the coin itself isn't worn down. Some collectors have searched for doubled text or doubled numbers in the date, where the design appears to have a shadow-like duplicate effect. These errors may sound small, but in the collector world they can dramatically increase interest. And here's the fascinating part: many people accidentally spend these rare coins because they assume the odd appearance means damage. A person sees blurry lettering or an uneven design and thinks the coin is defective and worthless. Meanwhile, experienced collectors see something completely different. They see rarity. Another reason the 1995 1 dirham has gained attention is because fewer pristine examples survive today than many people realize. Since these coins were used constantly in everyday commerce, most became heavily worn. Finding one with sharp details, smooth edges, and clean surfaces has become surprisingly difficult. Collectors who build high-grade UAE coin collections compete aggressively for well-preserved older dirhams because they know truly attractive examples are becoming scarcer every year. Even coins that appear ugly at first glance can sometimes be valuable if they retain important design features. A scratched coin with an unusual mint error may still command strong prices. A dirty coin with exceptional detail underneath years of grime could interest serious buyers. That's why collectors never recommend cleaning old coins aggressively. Cleaning often damages the original surface and can actually reduce value. Sometimes the dirt and aging help prove authenticity and history. Stories continue circulating online about people discovering collectible UAE coins in unexpected places. Someone cleaning out a relative's old belongings finds a forgotten pouch of dirhams. Another person sorts through leftover travel money from vacations decades earlier. A cashier notices an oddly struck coin during a transaction. These discoveries happen because rare coins rarely look dramatic. They blend into ordinary change so naturally that almost nobody notices them. The rise of online auctions has also transformed the market for UAE coins. Years ago, collectors interested in Middle Eastern currency had limited ways to buy and sell. Today, collectors from around the world can instantly compete for rare dirhams through international marketplaces. That increased visibility has pushed demand much higher for unusual varieties, era coins, and well-preserved older examples. And collectors aren't only interested in perfect-looking coins. Some specifically hunt for coins with unusual toning or aging patterns. Over time, the metal reacts to humidity, heat, storage conditions, and circulation. Some 1995 dirhams develop dark gray surfaces, golden highlights, or unique color variations that collectors find attractive. To an ordinary person, the coin might look old and dirty. To a collector, it looks unique. There's also something emotional about coins from the 1990s. Many people remember using them daily during a period before smartphones, digital wallets, and modern cashless payments changed everything. Coins like the 1995 dirham represent a different era. That nostalgia adds another layer of interest for collectors who enjoy preserving pieces of everyday history. One detail many collectors watch closely is the coin's edge and overall shape. If the edge appears unusually broad, uneven, or partially missing details, it could indicate a minting issue. Even slight irregularities may matter. Serious collectors often compare suspicious coins side by side with normal examples to identify subtle differences most people would never notice. Counterfeit concerns have also increased as valuable UAE coins attract more attention. Some fake era coins are artificially altered after leaving the mint. That's why authentication matters so much. A genuine mint era verified by experts becomes far more desirable and trustworthy to buyers. Experienced collectors examine weight, surface texture, alignment, and design precision very carefully before purchasing expensive coins. One reason modern UAE coins continue growing in popularity is because global collectors are finally recognizing the importance of Gulf region numismatic history. For years, international collectors focused mostly on American and European coins while overlooking Middle Eastern issues. But now that attitude is changing rapidly. Collectors realize these coins tell the story of one of the world's most remarkable economic transformations. The 1995 1 dirham sits right in the middle of that historical period. It circulated during years of enormous development and modernization across the UAE. Every scratch on those coins reflects real use in everyday life. Every worn surface carries history from markets, streets, airports, shops, and businesses across the region. Next coin. The 2005 United Arab Emirates 1 dirham coin might be one of the most overlooked modern coins hiding in plain sight today. Millions of people have handled one without ever imagining it could carry collector value. It's the kind of coin that disappears into pockets, car consoles, kitchen drawers, and old travel bags. Most examples look worn, scratched, faded, or dirty after years of heavy use. But hidden among those ordinary-looking coins are rare pieces that collectors quietly search for, and some have sold for surprisingly large amounts of money compared to their tiny face value. What makes the 2005 1 dirham especially fascinating is that it came from a period when the UAE was exploding with growth. Dubai's skyline was rising rapidly, tourism was booming, international business was expanding, and cash moved everywhere at incredible speed. Coins circulated constantly through malls, taxis, restaurants, hotels, markets, airports, and shops. Because these dirhams passed through so many hands, most surviving examples today show clear signs of wear. That rough appearance tricks people into believing they have no value. But collectors know something important: some of the rarest and most valuable modern coins are discovered only after years of circulation. At first glance, the 2005 dirham seems completely ordinary. The familiar Arabic coffee pot design appears prominently on one side, representing tradition and hospitality in Emirati culture. Arabic inscriptions surround the image, while the opposite side displays the denomination and date. To most people, it's simply spare change. But experienced collectors understand that tiny details can completely change a coin's value. One of the biggest reasons collectors pay attention to the 2005 1 dirham is the possibility of mint errors. During large-scale coin production, machines strike thousands of coins rapidly every hour. When even a small problem occurs, a shifted die, uneven pressure, damaged equipment, or misaligned blanks, unusual coins can escape into circulation. Most people never notice these mistakes because they assume the coin is damaged. Collectors, however, actively hunt for them. Imagine receiving a dirham in change that looks slightly strange. Maybe the design seems shifted too far to one side. Maybe part of the lettering appears doubled or blurry. Maybe certain details look unusually weak while the rest of the coin remains sharp. An ordinary person might think the coin was damaged during use. A collector might see a rare minting error worth serious money. Some reported 2005 dirham errors include off-center strikes where the design does not sit properly in the middle of the coin. Others involve doubled text or date numbers caused by slight movement during the striking process. Certain examples may show die cracks, where thin raised lines appear because the minting die itself began cracking under pressure. These imperfections make every era coin unique, which is exactly why collectors love them. And here's what makes this so exciting: valuable era coins often survive because nobody recognizes them. A rare off-center dirham might circulate for years through stores and markets because people assume it's defective and worthless. Meanwhile, collectors spend countless hours searching through ordinary change hoping to find exactly those kinds of mistakes. Another reason the 2005 1 dirham has gained attention is because collectors of modern world coins have grown dramatically in recent years. For a long time, many collectors focused mainly on older American and European coins while ignoring modern Middle Eastern currency. But now collectors around the world are beginning to recognize the historical importance and growing rarity of Gulf region coinage. That increased interest has pushed demand higher for unusual UAE coins, especially era pieces and high-quality examples. Condition also matters enormously. Since most 2005 dirhams circulated heavily, finding one with strong details and clean surfaces becomes more difficult every year. Coins that escaped heavy wear can attract serious collector interest. Even though 2005 may not sound very old, constant circulation destroys coin quality surprisingly fast. Sharp details, clean edges, and original surfaces become scarce over time. Some collectors search specifically for coins with unusual coloration or toning. Over years of use and storage, metal reacts differently depending on humidity, climate, oils from human hands, and environmental exposure. Certain dirhams develop golden tones, darker gray shades, or unique patterns across the surface. What one person sees as dirty discoloration, another sees as beautiful natural aging that makes the coin more desirable. The internet has also changed the game completely. Years ago, someone finding an unusual UAE coin might never know collectors wanted it. Today, online marketplaces connect buyers and sellers from around the world instantly. Rare dirham varieties that once went unnoticed can now attract competitive bidding from collectors in multiple countries. This global exposure has dramatically increased awareness of collectible UAE coins. There are even stories of people discovering valuable dirhams by accident. Someone cleaning out an old suitcase after years finds leftover travel coins tucked into a pocket. Another person inherits a small box of mixed foreign currency from relatives. A cashier notices an unusual coin while counting change late at night. These discoveries happen because rare coins almost never announce themselves loudly. They hide among ordinary coins, waiting for someone observant enough to notice the difference. One important thing collectors always emphasize is never cleaning old coins aggressively. Many people make the mistake of polishing coins to make them shiny, thinking it increases value. In reality, harsh cleaning often damages the original surface and reduces collector interest significantly. Even a dirty-looking 2005 dirham might be worth more untouched than heavily cleaned. Natural aging tells part of the coin's story. Another clue collectors watch carefully is the edge of the coin. If the rim looks unusually wide, uneven, partially missing, or strangely shaped, that could signal a minting problem. Sometimes only tiny details separate an ordinary coin from a collectible rarity. That's why experienced collectors examine coins under magnification and compare suspicious examples carefully against standard ones. Counterfeit coins have also become a concern as interest in rare UAE coins grows. Some fake-era coins are artificially altered after leaving the mint to trick buyers. That's why authentication matters. A genuine mint era verified by experts becomes far more trustworthy and valuable in the eyes of collectors. Weight, alignment, texture, and strike quality all help experts determine whether a coin is authentic. The 2005 1 dirham also represents a fascinating period in UAE history. These coins circulated during years when the country became globally recognized for rapid modernization and economic transformation. Every one coin passed through countless real-life transactions. Every scratch and mark reflects years of movement through daily life across cities, airports, shops, restaurants, and businesses. That connection to history makes even modern coins emotionally powerful for collectors. They are not just pieces of metal. They are snapshots of a specific era. A simple dirham can remind people of travel memories, family stories, business growth, or everyday life during an exciting period of change in the UAE. And hidden within millions of ordinary 2005 dirhams could still be rare examples nobody has discovered yet. Next coin. The 2013 United Arab Emirates 1 dirham coin is exactly the kind of coin most people completely ignore. It's too modern to seem rare, too common looking to attract attention, and too small to feel important. Millions of these coins passed through shops, taxis, restaurants, malls, and markets across the UAE. People tossed them into pockets without thinking twice. Some were scratched up within months. Others became stained, faded, bent, or damaged from everyday use. But hidden among all those ordinary-looking coins are a few rare examples collectors have started paying serious attention to, and some owners were shocked to discover their tiny dirham could actually be worth far more than face value. What makes the 2013 1 dirham especially interesting is that many people assume modern coins can never become collectible. That assumption causes valuable pieces to stay hidden much longer. When collectors search through old jars of change, they usually expect older coins to hold the treasure. But modern-era coins and unusual varieties can sometimes become valuable even faster because fewer people bother saving them. The 2013 dirham carries the familiar UAE design people recognize instantly. The iconic Arabic coffee pot, known as the dalar, appears proudly on the coin, symbolizing tradition and hospitality. Around it are Arabic inscriptions and the date. On the other side is the denomination. To the average person, every 2013 dirham looks exactly the same. But collectors know tiny differences can completely change a coin's value. One of the biggest reasons collectors watch modern dirham coins closely is because minting errors still happen even with advanced technology. Coin production machines operate at incredibly high speeds, striking huge numbers of coins rapidly. Even with modern equipment, mistakes occasionally slip through. A slight movement during striking. A damaged die. Uneven pressure. Misaligned blanks. These problems can create unusual coins that escape into circulation unnoticed. And the most exciting part is that many rare-era coins still look ordinary at first glance. Imagine receiving a dirham in change at a grocery store or gas station. You barely glance at it before dropping it into your pocket. Later, you notice something unusual. Maybe the design appears shifted slightly off-center. Maybe the lettering looks doubled. Maybe the edge seems strangely uneven. Most people would assume the coin is damaged and worthless. A collector might immediately recognize a rare minting error. Some collectors searching through 2013 1 dirham coins look specifically for double designs or lettering. This happens when part of the image appears duplicated slightly, almost like a faint shadow beside the original text or numbers. Under normal conditions it may be difficult to spot, but under magnification the difference becomes much clearer. Genuine doubling errors attract major attention because they are created during the minting process itself. Off-center strikes are another major clue. If the design does not sit properly in the middle of the coin and part of the blank surface remains visible, collectors become interested immediately. The more dramatic the shift, the more unusual the coin becomes. Since most people mistake these errors for simple damage, rare examples often continue circulating for years before anyone realizes what they are. Some 2013 dirhams may also show die cracks or unusual raised lines caused by stress fractures in the minting equipment. Others may display weakly struck areas where parts of the design look faded even though the rest of the coin appears normal. These tiny imperfections create unique collectible varieties that experienced coin hunters search for constantly. What's fascinating is how quickly collectors have started appreciating modern UAE coins. Years ago, many international collectors focused mainly on ancient, silver, or very old world coins. Modern Middle Eastern coins received far less attention. But today, that has changed dramatically. Collectors around the world now recognize the growing importance of Gulf region numismatic history and the role coins played during the UAE's rapid transformation into a global economic powerhouse. The 2013 1 dirham represents part of that modern story. These coins circulated during years when Dubai and other UAE cities were becoming internationally famous for tourism, luxury, technology, and business growth. Every 1 dirham carries traces of that era. Each scratch and mark reflects countless real-world transactions across one of the fastest-growing regions on Earth. And because people rarely save modern circulating coins carefully, high-quality examples can become surprisingly difficult to find later. Most 2013 dirhams were heavily used immediately after entering circulation. They rubbed against keys, fell onto pavement, slid across counters, and bounced around inside pockets for years. That means sharply detailed, well-preserved examples already attract attention from collectors who want pristine modern UAE coins. Some collectors also search for unusual coloring or toning on these coins. Over time, the metal reacts to humidity, temperature, skin oils, and environmental exposure. Certain dirhams develop darker shades, golden tones, or unique surface patterns that make them stand out visually. What one person considers ugly discoloration, another may see as attractive natural aging. The internet has played a massive role in increasing awareness of collectible dirham coins. Online auctions, coin forums, and social media videos have exposed millions of people to the idea that valuable coins can hide in everyday change. Suddenly, collectors from different countries can compete instantly for rare UAE coin varieties. That global demand pushes prices higher whenever unusual coins appear. There are even stories of travelers accidentally discovering collectible UAE coins years after visiting the country. Someone empties an old travel wallet and notices a strange-looking dirham sitting among forgotten foreign change. Another person finds a coin jar filled during years of work in Dubai or Abu Dhabi. Because these coins seem ordinary, owners rarely inspect them closely until they hear stories about rare varieties online. One thing experienced collectors always warn about is cleaning coins. Many people try polishing older coins to make them look shiny again, thinking this improves value. In reality, harsh cleaning often damages the surface permanently and lowers collector interest. A naturally aged 2013 dirham with original surfaces may be far more valuable than a polished one stripped of its character. Collectors also pay close attention to the coin's rim and edges. If the border looks unusually wide, incomplete, or uneven, it could indicate a minting issue. Sometimes the smallest detail separates an ordinary coin from a highly collectible rarity. That's why serious collectors inspect coins carefully under strong lighting and magnification. Counterfeit concerns have increased too. As more people search for valuable dirham coins, fake errors sometimes appear online. Some altered coins are intentionally damaged to imitate rare mint mistakes. That's why authentication becomes important for expensive pieces. Experts study weight, strike quality, texture, and alignment carefully before confirming authenticity. But perhaps the most exciting thing about the 2013 1 dirham is that rare examples may still be circulating right now. Unlike ancient collectibles locked away in museums, modern coins continue moving through everyday life. A rare era coin could still appear in change tomorrow. Someone could unknowingly spend a collectible piece during an ordinary purchase without ever realizing it. Thanks for watching.